Starting to settle in, arriving, slowing the breath down a little. Maybe allowing the eyes to close if that feels comfortable. If not, you can always keep them open. Just take a soft gaze out in front. We're starting to create a transition between all the busyness of the day and now, and between now and all the things that will happen after practice, so that we carve out this little bit of space and time to just be here. And starting now to come into awareness of your physical body, noticing the feeling of the blanket below you, the solidity of your feet and arms on the floor. Noticing which parts of the body are in contact with the roll or the earth, and which parts are a little bit lifted off the earth. And starting to take a little inventory of the body this evening. Maybe there are areas that already feel open and spacious. Sometimes being in this position allows that to happen a little bit more. Maybe there are some areas that feel a little less so, and that's okay. Just noticing those differences in your own body. Noticing if there are areas in the body in which you might be holding on to tension that you might not need. Perhaps between the eyebrows, around the cheeks or the jaw, the neck and the shoulders, maybe the belly, maybe the hands and the feet. Just using your breath to help unlock and soften those areas. And moving your attention now to your emotional body, your mood this evening. There might be a lot coming up. There's a lot happening out in the world. But just move gently here, knowing that everything you find is valid. Everything belongs. You're just taking note of what's there. And starting to come into awareness of the activity of your mind. Maybe it still feels a little bit busy, jumping from thing to thing. And maybe it's starting to quiet down, moving a little bit more slowly. There's something in between those. And seeing if you can just become aware of the thoughts as they enter, acknowledge them, and then allow them to drift on their way. Trying as best you can not to get too attached to any one thing. And starting to come into awareness of your breath. Noticing the rhythm, the depth, the cadence, maybe even the temperature. Noticing the quality of the breath. Does it feel smooth and full, or shallow, choppy, fast or slow, effortful, or at ease? In all likelihood, probably some combination of all those things. Noticing the path within the body the breath wants to take. Maybe it feels different in this position than it does when you're sitting or standing. And just noticing without trying to change anything. And for these last few breaths here before we begin the movement portion of the practice, just thinking once again, as we approach the spring solstice, which is on Saturday, bringing to mind as we move together that idea of the kapha energy, that transition between the slower, cozier vibes of winter and the beginning of spring. Just that watery, yawning awakening. Perfect for the weather this evening. You're just starting to shake off those layers of inertia and begin to move. As always, we use our physical practice on the mat as a template for the actions and practices we want to create off the mat in the world. So holding that with us as we begin to move today. And now, if the eyes are closed, you can gently blink them open, staying reclined as you are on your roller. But now stepping the feet in just a little bit and opening the knees so that your knees, hips, and feet are all the same distance apart. And then we'll inhale the hands together in front of the chest. And then on the next inhale, keeping the palms attached, starting to slide your arms overhead, reaching like a point to the wall behind you. And then on your exhale, gently opening the arms, bending the elbows as you create a circling motion. Ending back up with the palms touching in front of your heart. I'm taking that a few more times. Inhaling, the hands touch, sliding the arms overhead. And then gently opening out into your circle on the exhale, allowing the elbows to softly bend. We'll take one last round, starting with the hands in front of the chest. And then inhaling to extend out overhead. Gently opening, circling around on the exhale. And then ending with the hands folded in front of your chest once more. And then allowing both arms to reach brightly towards the ceiling, stretching through the fingers. And then we'll start to work through the shoulder blades. So on the inhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together as if you were squeezing into your roller or the towel or whatever you've chosen to lie on. And then exhale to extend the fingers towards the sky, lifting the bottom of the shoulder off of the support. And then inhaling, squeeze the shoulder blades together, hug the roller. Exhale to puff up, shoulder blades wrap around the back as you reach towards the sky. One more time, inhaling, shoulder blades squeeze the roll. And then exhale, separating the shoulder blades as the fingers reach to the sky. And then gently on the inhale, just relaxing back to your neutral. And then allowing both elbows to bend, coming towards the mat. So bring the elbows more or less in line with the shoulders. the hands will still be facing toward the ceiling. So you look like a 3D cactus. If it doesn't make sense, you can look up here. Then we'll turn both palms to face away from you. And then on the inhale, you'll move at the elbows, bringing the left palm towards the floor and the right back of the hand towards the floor. So right arm moving up and left arm moving down. And then you'll inhale to switch in the center. And then on the exhale, left back of the hand reaching towards your ear, right palm reaching towards the floor. So the elbows and the upper arms stay still, just the lower arms moving. Inhale to change. And then one more time each side. Exhale, left palm down, right back of the hand towards the floor by your ear. Inhale through the center. And then last time, exhaling, right palm down towards the floor, left back of the palm towards your ear. And then inhale back up to your center. And then gently knit the fingers together in front of the chest. And then we'll take those little wrist rolls, making little figure eights in the air with your knuckles. There might be a few little clicks and pops, that's fine. And then switch directions as you feel ready, the way that feels strange. And then once that feels good, you'll just gently move your hips to one side so you can pop down off of your roll. And then gently roll to your side. And then you can push the roller out of the way. And then start to come towards your hands and knees on the mat. I lost my video here. There we go. Okay. Thumbs up if you can still hear me. Yes, okay. Okay, great. I'm gonna see if I can get you back on this screen. And as I do that, you can move into your freedom here, as we usually do on your hands and knees, just taking some time to explore any motions that would feel comfortable for you, anything that your body might be calling for in this moment. And that can take any form you like, but just keeping the breath smooth and steady as you go. And we'll take one or two more rounds of breath here. Just trying to shake off any sitting that you might have done today. I'm just going to see if I can get you back on the screen. Here we are. Great. Wonderful. Great. Yeah, just like that. A few more rounds. Playing with the arms, the shoulder blades, the toes, anything that you would like. And then starting to make your way towards some stillness in that shape. And then checking to see that the hands are just slightly ahead of the shoulders, that the knees are right underneath the hips. And then we'll take those same shoulder blade articulations that we did on the roller. It'll feel a little different now that you have weight through your hands, but it's the same action at the shoulder blades. So on the inhale, you'll squeeze the shoulder blades together. On the exhale, push the hands into the mat to slide the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, shoulder blades move together. Exhale, push the hands into the floor, expand through the upper back. One more time. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Yep. And exhale, push into the floor, shoulder blades separate. That's it, really nice. Then you'll land in your neutral on the inhale. Holding for a moment here. And then on your next inhale, extending the left leg long behind you. Taking a few moments here to arrive, checking to see that the weight hasn't shifted too much as you lifted your leg, pulling the belly in a little. And then inhaling to bend your left knee, sending the left sole of the foot towards the ceiling. Yes, just like that. And then you can choose to stay here and just work with the leg. Or if you'd like to add the arm, you'll inhale your right hand towards your chest. And then either way on the exhale, extending outward, maybe leg, maybe arm and leg. Then on the inhale, hand comes back to the heart, left knee bends, sole of the foot reaches up. Yes. Exhaling to go long, extending through the leg and the arm. One more time. Inhaling, hand to the heart, bend the left foot. Exhaling, go long. And you can give yourself an extra breath here in your balance, reaching long through the fingers and the toes. And then gently exhaling all the limbs to the earth. Good. And we'll take that on the second side. Inhaling now your right leg long behind you and taking a moment to arrive here, pushing the hands into the mat, spreading those shoulder blades ever so slightly here. And then gently on the inhale, bending the right knee, sending the right sole of the foot towards the sky. And then your option, staying here or inhaling the left hand towards your chest. Very nice. Then on the exhale, extending the arm and leg away from one another. Inhaling, hand back to the heart, bending the right knee. Yes. Exhaling as you go long, sending the breath out through the extremities. And then inhaling, hand to the chest, foot to the sky. And last time, exhaling to go long, holding for an extra breath here, strong through the belly. And then gently allowing all the limbs to find the earth. This time on the inhale, extending that left leg long behind you once again. And then on the exhale, stepping the left foot to the outside of the left hand. Walking the right hand a little bit wide, coming to the edge of the mat. And then inhaling your left fingers up towards the sky, turning the chest, coming into your twist. Have a moment to arrive here, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Very nice. And then on your exhale, starting to look down, squeeze through the feet as you draw the left arm underneath your left thigh. There's a slight round in the spine here. And then inhale to unfurl, come back into the twist, big expansive moment through the collarbones. And then exhale to contract, curling in, tucking that left arm underneath the left thigh. And then push into the feet as you inhale to swim the fingers up. One last time. Exhale to coil, use the belly, round the spine a little, hand tucks underneath. And then inhale, fly your way back to the twist, hold for a breath here. And then this time on the exhale, gently look down, brush the floor with the left fingertips, get centered in your legs. So that on the inhale, you can sweep both arms up to the sky, coming into your low lunge. Yes, you got it. There we go. Taking a moment to really get centered here, pulling in the belly, stamping down through that left foot. And then on the exhale, hinging the torso forward and sweeping the arms back, turning the palms up to face the ceiling once you arrive there. Yes. And then we'll move just through the arms. On the inhale, bending the elbows, bringing the hands to touch the shoulders. Yep. And then on the exhale, push back, extend through the arms, hands reach towards the sky. Twice more like that. Inhaling to bend the elbows, hands come underneath the shoulders. Exhale, push back, engage through the upper arms to help you extend. One more time, inhaling to tuck the hands underneath the shoulders. And then exhale, extend, hold right here. Roll the heads of the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. One last breath, that's it. And then on your inhale, push through the front foot, climb the arms all the way back up to the sky. One last breath in your low lunge. And then exhaling, both hands down to the mat on the inside of that left foot. Press your hands strongly enough into the mat that you can free your left leg long behind you. Just a breath. And then exhale that knee to the earth. And then we'll take the second side. Inhaling the right leg long behind you. Exhaling to step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Walk the left hand a little bit wider. And then inhale, up we go. Right hand towards the sky, coming into the twist on the second side. Yes. Taking a moment to expand here. Shoulder blades gently tugging themselves together. And then on the exhale, gathering in through the belly, looking down. Right hand threads underneath the right thigh. And then inhale to unfurl, bringing those right fingers back up towards the sky. Exhaling from the roots, from the belly, tucking that right arm underneath. And then use the feet to help you as you exhaling, swim up towards the twist. One more full round. Exhaling to round, drawing the legs towards one another. Inhaling, legs push apart as the arm reaches towards the sky, holding here in your twist for a moment. And then gently gazing down, brushing the right fingertips now towards the floor. And then on the inhale, gathering the strength, reaching both arms up to the sky. Yes, beautiful. Holding here for a moment, scooping into the belly, strong connection to the earth with that right foot. And then on the exhale, hinging forward at the torso, arms sweep back. So we're in this little arrow shape on the second side. And here we welcome our triceps once again. Inhaling to bend the elbows, hands tuck underneath the shoulders. And then exhale, squeeze the hands back, palms press up towards the sky. Great, twice more. Inhaling, hands come under the shoulders, elbows bend. Exhale to straighten through the arms, concentrating on the upper part of the back of the arm. Inhaling one last time, elbows bend. And then exhaling to straighten, staying right here for a breath. Once again, rolling the heads of the arm bones back. Maybe even seeing if those thumbs want to come a little closer together. And then push through the feet on the inhale to swim those arms up to the sky, coming back to your low lunge. Just a breath, yes. And then exhaling, hands to the earth on the inside of that right foot. Pressing firmly with the hands so that you can swim your right leg back behind you. Just a breath. And then exhaling, right knee to the earth. Resetting the hands if they've wandered around, making them come back just ahead of the shoulders. Gripping the mat with your fingers, creating a kickstand with your toes. Inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling, push into the hands so you can lift your knees off the earth just an inch. Hovering here, starting to wake up the belly. Breath smooth and steady, hands pressing into the mat. One more breath. And then smooth on the exhale, send your hips to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. As always, this first down dog is just for you. Playing around as much as you need to feel comfortable in the shape. Warming up through the calves. Yep. Keeping the breath smooth and steady. One or two more rounds here. And then, yes, settling into some stillness in the shape. Feel free to keep the knees bent, that's fine. Good. And then from here, we're gonna ripple forward to plank. We're gonna take 3 ripples, making them as smooth as we can. Here we go. Inhaling high up on the toes, scooping in through the low belly, taking it nice and slow, one vertebra at a time. Holding for just a moment once you hit your high plank. And then exhaling to bend the knees and the hips, coming back to your downward facing dog. Second round. Inhaling to come up onto the toes, scooping in through the belly. Smooth and steady progress. Scooping in the belly once you arrive, shoulders over the wrists. Exhaling to bend the knees and the hips, coming back to your downward facing dog. And then one more time, high up on the toes. Rippling forward, take the whole time. Yes, beautiful. Coming all the way till you land in your high plank. Arrive. And then exhaling, bend the knees, shoot the hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Very nice. This time on the inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and take a little walk to the top of the mat. Connect your feet to the floor when you arrive so you can swim your arms out and around on the inhale. And then release your hands to your heart on the exhale. Okay, from here, taking a big step to the back of the mat with your right foot, coming into your high lunge legs, left foot in the front, right foot in the back, strong and straight. Taking a moment to feel comfortable with the distance between your feet. And then as you feel ready, inhaling both arms up to the sky, coming into your full high lunge for a breath. And then on the exhale, hinging forward at your hip once again. This first round, keeping the hands reaching forward. Just feeling that left glute start to engage. One more moment here. And then on the next exhale, allow the right hand to find the mat. Wide grip here. Left fingers find the sky. So we're coming into that twist again, this time with the back knee off the ground. Always with the offer that you can replace that knee to the earth, should you like. But from here, we'll inhale to open through the chest. And then just as before, diving on the exhale, left hand starts to come underneath the left thigh, looking in towards that back leg. And then inhale, swimming back up into the twist. There's almost like a little pulsing action with the legs. As we exhale to dive and curl under, the feet want to naturally move towards each other. Maybe the hips lift a little. Then as we inhale into the twist, feet push apart, hips sink just a little bit. One last time. Exhaling as if you're gathering energy in towards your center. And then inhaling, sending that out to your edges as you come back into the twist. Holding here for a breath. And then gently look down. Brush the edge of the mat with your left fingers. Just enough so that you can gather the strength in your legs. And then inhale all the way up to your high lunge. There you are. Yes, very nice. Holding for a breath here. And then turning to flip the palms to face the front of the room. And then on your exhale, bend the elbows. Allow the hands to start to touch over the head. And then inhale back up, stretching through the elbows. Twice more like that. Exhale to bend the elbows, clasping the hands over the head. Inhaling, straighten through the arms. One last time. Exhaling to bend the elbows, hands touch over the head. Inhaling to straighten the arms and hold right here. This time on the exhale, hinging forward once again. This time bringing both hands to the mat on the inside of that left foot. Walk the left foot a little bit wide so you can get your hands in really nice firm position here. On your exhale, start to tip the hips to the sky a little and then step your left foot to the back of the mat, coming into your downward facing dog. Yes, that's it. From here, one ripple forward to plank, high up on the toes, scooping them through the low belly, taking all the time you need, coming into your full high plank, holding for a breath once we're here. And then exhaling, bend the knees, send the hips to the sky, downward facing dog. This time on the inhale, look forward, bend the knees. And once again, take a walk to the top of the mat. Press the feet into the earth. Swim the arms out and around. And then return the hands to your heart. Okay, we're going to take that whole thing on the second side. So now we'll take a big step back with the left foot. Coming into your high lunge legs the opposite way. So your right foot is in the front now. Taking a moment to feel really grounded and comfortable in the legs. Once you do, then you'll gently inhale the arms up to the sky, coming into your full high lunge. Taking a moment to slow the breath down here, really arrive. And then on the exhale, we'll hinge forward at the hips, staying in the hover on this side for this first few rounds of breath. Allowing the right glute to work now. You got it. Breathing smooth and steady. And then we'll continue on, bringing the left hand to the outside of the mat. Right fingers come towards the sky. So you're coming into your twist once again. Always have the option to put that left knee down should you need to. But here we are, inhaling to expand the chest. And then exhaling to tuck under, using the belly. Right hand comes underneath the right thigh. And then inhaling, spread the feet wide as you come back up into the twist. Exhale to pulse it in, as if you're pulling energy towards you. And then on the inhale, swim that up, send the energy out through your fingertips. One last time. Exhale to coil in, right hand coming towards you. Inhaling up, right hand reaches towards the sky, hold here. And then gently look towards the earth. Brush the right fingers along the edge of the mat, just enough so that you can gather your strength. Reach both arms up to the sky, come back to your high lunge. Yes. Staying right here for a moment. And then last little time to play with this, turning the palms to face away from you. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to bend elbows, hands start to touch over the crown of the head. Inhaling to straighten through the elbows. Exhaling to bend, hands touch. Inhaling, use your triceps, straighten the arms. One last time. Exhaling, bend, hands touch. Inhaling to straighten through the arms, hold here for a breath. Then exhale to hinge forward once again, bringing both hands to the mat now on the inside of that front foot. Walk that front foot over a little bit so you can get your hands in really good position under the shoulders. Inhale to lift the hips a little bit, and then exhale to step that right foot to the back of the mat. Adjust your feet as needed for your downward facing dog. And then one ripple to plank, high up on the toes. Scoop in through the belly, smooth and steady as you go. Rolling your way to your high plank, holding for a breath here. And then this time, gently allowing both knees to find the earth. And then taking a moment to find your blocks, bringing them towards your mat. We're going to play with those Chaturanga push-ups here. So the blocks will be, once again, on the tallest setting here. You'll set up both of them, and you'll set them up so that they're roughly shoulder height apart. And then as you start to come down, you'll make those L's with your hands. So you're going to hook around the edges of the block with your L-shaped hands. And then this first round, we'll do it from half plank. So your knees will come back farther than they do when you're in your hands and knees position. And then you'll lean the hips forward. So you're in that little diagonal line, scooping the belly in. And then as you like on the exhale, bending the elbows stay close to the body, heads of the shoulders maybe touch the blocks, and then push back up. If that feels like a lot, you don't have to come all the way down, but keep the elbows close to the body. Here we go, exhaling to come down. Let the breath inflate as you come up. And one last time, I'll take a look at you. Exhaling to come down, bring the shoulders towards the block. And then inhaling to come up. Yeah, very nice. Then push your way back up to your hands and knees. You can scoot the blocks to the side. Keep them nearby because we'll use them again in a little bit. And then from here, as you reset, bringing the hands once again a little bit ahead of the shoulders, stacking the knees the hips right over the knees. And then up we go, inhaling to prepare. And then exhaling, shift the knees and the hips up to the sky, coming right into your downward facing dog. Then we'll look forward, bend the knees, and taking a walk to the top of the mat. Press the feet into the earth as you swim the arms out and around. And then exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, so we're gonna play with that little fluid movement pattern we played with on Tuesday. So I'm going to show you from the other side now. So we'll move together, but the video will show it in an opposite way so that you can see the transition a little bit more clearly, I think. That's the hope anyway. So here we go. We'll start together. We're going to step the right foot to the back of the mat, coming into your high lunge legs. Smooth and steady here. Taking one breath, and then inhaling the arms up to the sky. Very nice, full high lunge. You're going to stay as you are. I'm going to turn so that you can see me from this direction better. Okay, from here, we're going to hinge forward over that left hip and then bring the right hand to the earth. This time, your left hand will come to your left thigh. Then you'll turn the left toes out to face the long edge of your mat. So there's a little opening through the left hip here. From here, you'll push your right hand strongly into the floor so that we're picking the hips up away from the mat. Chest is starting to turn towards the left. So we're in a little bit of a side bend here. Then the left arm will swim from the back of the mat towards overhead, palm facing down. So there's a little rainbow effect happening here underneath the body. And that's partly due to the hips lifting, partly due to that shoulder blade lifting up and into the body on that right side. Then from here on the exhale, we're going to sweep the left arm forward as if you're clearing the table. Palm faces down as you go. Hand reaches out towards your toes. Yep, hips sink a little here. And then on the inhale, press into the feet. Same path with the arm, leads the arm back overhead where we started. We'll take that little bit twice more. So we'll exhale to sweep the arm in front, starting to reach down towards the toes. And then inhale, same path with the arm, hips lift as the arm reaches overhead. Last time, exhale to sweep the arm across the table towards your toes. Yep. And then inhale, press into the feet. As you're in your side bend here, we're going to start to transition. So you'll turn the toes back to face the short edge of the mat. Both hands now come down to the inside of that front foot. Starting to keep the hips low, but turning the toes to face the long edge of the mat as you start to crawl your way to change sides. Right toes now facing forward. You're up on the ball of the left foot, hands on the inside of that right foot. Yes, there you are. Good. Then planting the left hand wide, right hand comes towards your right thigh. From here, turning the right toes out to face the long edge of the mat. So now we are in that little twisted position with that right front foot. Right hand on your right thigh. And then from here, sweeping that left arm towards the back of the mat and then overhead. I think we are frozen a little bit. Oh no, you're okay, it's just this one. Okay. So from here, right hand reaching overhead, right toes facing towards the short edge of the mat. Then we're gonna go into the clearing the table. So we'll exhale, right hand sweeps down, palm down, right fingers reaching towards the back of the mat. Then inhale, press into the feet, bring that arm back overhead, coming into the side bend. Twice more. Exhale to sweep that arm in front towards the toes. Inhale, same path with the arm, bringing it back overhead. One last time. Exhale to clear the table, reach towards the back of the mat.
Inhale, press into the feet, arm reaches overhead, and now we'll change. Right toes turn to face the short edge of the mat. And then hands plant, knees stay bent as you start to crawl your way towards the opposite side. You'll land in that little lizard lunge, hands on the inside of that left foot, left toes pointing forward for right now, up on the ball of the right foot. Then we're going to try to go through that transition just slightly quicker. One breath rhythm, just twice per side. So we'll start by walking the right hand wide, turning the left toes to face the long edge of the mat. Chest starts to face towards the left. Left arm swims overhead, hips come high. Exhale to clear the table. Left hand sweeps back, hips sink. Push into the feet as you swim up on the inhale. And then right away, hands start to crawl along the long edge of the mat, making your way all the way to the front. Left hand plants, right toes start to face the long edge of the mat. Chest turns towards the right. Right arm reaches from the back to the front. You're in your side bend. And then exhale, clear the table. Right arm reaches towards the back, hips sink a little. Push into the feet as you inhale up. And then right away, crawling over. Knees stay bent, hips low. Let's see if we can make it super fluid. Left toes turn out. Right palm plants. Left arm from the back, all the way to the front. Hips come high. Last time. Exhale, left arm back. Clear the table. Inhale, sweep up and over the ear, and then right away, we crawl our way back to the front. Right toe starting to face outward. Left hand plants. Last time on this side. Right arm sweeps up and over. Here's your side bend. Last time to clear the table. Exhale that arm back. Push into the feet. Inhale. This time, just allow both hands to come to the mat. And then drop the left knee. Drop the right knee. Open the toes, or the knees, toes together. Set your hips back. Come towards your child's pose for just a moment. You made it. That was really good. Staying in your child pose for a couple of breaths, allowing everything to slow down for a moment. And then we're going to take one last try with our Chaturanga Prep, but taking more time here. Slowing down the breath, slowing down the mind. Smooth breath rhythm. And take one or two more smooth breaths here in your child pose. And then from here, starting to just pull your way up, back to your hands and knees. Then you'll get your block friends one more time. Place them that same way. So the tallest setting them up so that they're going to be underneath your shoulders. And then this time you have the option of doing the half plank again, or coming to your full high plank. Either way, you're going to hook your hands like your L's around either side of the blocks. And then if you're doing your half plank, we'll be in that same shape we were before, the belly scooping in. Or if you want to try your full plank, you'll come to it here, checking to see that the shoulders are starting just behind the blocks, but that the blocks are shoulder width apart. Then on the exhale, keeping the elbows close, push the floor away. Maybe the shoulders touch the blocks and then you push back up. Maybe the shoulders just 1 or 2 inches down. Very nice. Scoop the belly in, lower on the exhale. Beautiful. Push on the inhale. Yes, one more time. Exhaling to come down, shoulders stay active. Inhale to rise. Yes. And then lower the knees to the earth, move the blocks to the side. That was lovely. And then just take a little bit of weight off the hands. You can just sit back on your heels, maybe shake the wrists out a little bit. Yep, very nice. And then from here, just opening the knees out a little bit wider. So the feet are together, but the knees are wide. And then we'll inhale both arms up to the sky. And then exhale to twist towards your right. Your left hand will find your right leg, and your right hand will find the mat behind you. So you're starting to turn the chest here a little bit, really squeezing that right hand as if you were opening a jar. And then as you feel ready, inhaling that left arm up. So you're in a little bit of that same twisting side bend shape that we were in before, just sitting down. Breathing smooth and steady into that whole left side. Getting some lift from underneath that right shoulder blade. And then to come out, as you exhale, you'll start to lean forward, reaching the chest towards the earth. Left hand finds the earth, right hand will follow, creating a little semicircle on the ground as you make your way towards your left. Then your left hand will plant. Right hand comes to your thigh first. So coming towards the other side, really making that jar opening feeling with the left arm now, so you get some height through that left shoulder blade. Then as you feel ready, inhaling the right arm up overhead, coming into that side bend, yes. Breathing smooth and steady here. Lifting up out of the left wrist, use the shoulder blade instead. And then we'll come out the way we came in, going to the other side one last time. So on the exhale, starting to reach down towards the earth, swimming the arms out in front, making that little semicircle. Right hand plants. This time the left arm can swim right up overhead. Open that jar with your right hand. This time you can choose to stay here or lift your hips up, coming into a little bit of a side bend and back bend. Looking up towards those left fingers. Again, a lot of support from that right shoulder blade. Open the jar with your right hand. One more big breath here. And then gently release the hips on the exhale. Start to carve out that circle, lean towards the earth. Shift to the other side one time. Plant the left hand. Right arm can go right overhead. Open the jar with the left. Staying here, or maybe lifting the hips up to come into the back bend on the other side. Yes, very nice. Smooth, steady inhale. Lots of support from underneath that left arm. And gently exhaling the hips down. Sliding the hands forward. This time, just allow the hands to reach one time out in front, coming up onto the tented fingers. Forehead can come towards the earth. So it's almost like child's pose, but with very active arms. Breathing into the stretch underneath the armpits. One last moment here. And then inhale to walk yourself up, and then just slide the feet out from under you. Bring them out in front. Shake out the legs a little bit. Yeah. And then make sure you have plenty of room behind you. We're heading down toward the earth. You'll inhale the arms out in front, so you have arms parallel to the floor. And then we're going to roll back. You're going to use the belly, scooping in. And just like we do for plank, but now we're going to the ground, scooping in one vertebra at a time. If it feels like too much on the spine, you can bend your knees and do the same thing. And then once you reach the earth, inhaling both arms up overhead, breathing smooth and deep into the rib cage. And you can feel the breath expand outward. And then gently allow the arms to find the earth. And then on your inhale, bringing your right knee towards your chest, allowing your left hand to come to the outside of your right knee, so scooping across the body. And then you'll allow the left arm to help you pull your right knee towards your left shoulder across your body. So you're coming into a little bit of a hip opener and a twist here. That right arm maybe wants to take a T shape behind you. Maybe the head wants to look out over that left shoulder. Breathing smooth and steady. This is quite a stretch for the right shoulder as well. So if it feels like it's too much for that, you can bring the arm down a little bit. One more smooth, steady breath here. And then gently inhale your way back to center. Send that right leg down the mat. One full breath on the earth. The next inhale will bring your left leg towards you. Right hand now coming towards the outside of that left knee. Maybe that left arm coming out to the side in the T. And then you'll start to pull with your left arm, reaching that right knee across the body. And just letting it fall where it does. It might not touch the earth. Mine does not. That's okay. Doing what you like with your head. Looking towards the right is a little gentler on the spine. Looking towards the left is a little bit more of a twist. You decide. Again, if it feels like too much on the shoulder here, you can move more towards like a V shape versus a T. That's fine. And one or two more steady breaths here. And gently inhaling your way back to neutral, sending that left leg long down the mat. And then we'll take both knees in towards the chest, wrapping the arms either around the fronts of the shins or holding underneath the thighs. Either way is okay. And then deciding if there's any movement that you like, maybe some rocking from side to side, maybe circling around the lower back and the pelvis. If you are doing any kind of circular moving, just make sure you go both directions, even out your sides. And starting to find some stillness. And then allowing both feet to come back to the earth. And then setting up for your Shavasana now. So you can decide, you can do what we did in the beginning and leave your knees bent just with the feet wide and the knees together. Or if you prefer, you can extend the legs long down the mat. Maybe even taking them extra wide if you do that, allowing the low back to really settle. And then finding some place nice for your arms. Perhaps they like to be on the body, maybe down at your side in a little V shape, or out in the T or a cactus. You choose what would feel good on your shoulders after all the work we did there today. Then once you've chosen a comfortable, cozy spot, then maybe allowing the eyes to close if that feels comfortable, or just taking a soft gaze. But letting go of any last bits of conscious control over the breath. And Shavasana is the synthesis of the practice. So we really want to take a moment to luxuriate in the work and the heat that you created. You know, just pulling it all together in a moment of rest. And I'll allow the sound of my voice to fade away. And I'll call you back in just a few moments.
And gently inhale the breath back into the body, starting to make your way back in your own timing, starting with small movements at your edges, fingers and toes, gradually making those movements larger, closer to your center, eventually making your way onto one side. Pause there for a moment, letting all your systems catch up to your new position. And then finally, no rush. As you feel ready, we'll make your way back up to your seated position. Maybe still with the eyes closed or just a soft gaze, allowing the attention to remain internal for a few more moments. And finding someplace comfortable for your hands to land. Maybe they like being in your lap. Maybe they want to fold together at your chest. Maybe one hand on your heart, the other on top, or something else you choose. But taking these last few breaths together to acknowledge that this time of year holds both inertia and movement. And that how we choose to move from one to the other and the speed with which we do it is dependent on what's happening for each of us. There's no right or wrong way to do it. But eventually we harness our energy and move forward, both on and off the mat. And as always, I thank you for joining me this evening, sharing your practice with me. And I wish you a lovely rest of the night. Namaste. All right.